What's up, everybody? We are going to attack Wordle. We're going to do Tuesday, January 23rd. And yesterday we had fun honoring Ranksk, and we did a pretty good job getting Tweak and 4. We started with the only two words that he failed on, which was trice and more recently thing. Today, we're going to work on the words that Art has failed on. Now, I think I've failed 4 times in my Wordle career. But we're just going to limit it to the first 3 words, okay? Just to keep this challenge, somewhat reasonable. It's still going to be really hard, okay? So the first fail word was pairer, and as you can see, that didn't do too good for us today. This is going to be scary because you have to commit to these up front, okay? So the streak is definitely online, and it would be just a horrible, vicious irony if I failed on a challenge in which I'm putting in my 3 previous fail words. All right, judge. What did that get me? Nothing. Let's try Brooke. Guys, we are in massive, massive trouble. Para Judge Brooke. For those who attempted this, you must be thinking, oh my God, why the heck did I listen to Art? What am I doing? Ooh, so let's think about this. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty terrible. Out of the 15 letters, how many do you get that are unique? 4 from the pairer, 5, 6, 7, 8 with Judge, 9, 10, 11 out of 15. I mean, the funny thing is I've done worse than that. But I guess the problem is that, the J and the K, not necessarily the best. But let's just kind of be reasonable here. I mean, we still have 2 more guesses to work with. That's sort of how I look at it because, the 6th one, that's it. Nothing after that. All right. So here's the thing. I think the I and the Y are crucial right now. I could do something like silly. But I think silty is actually a little bit better. Okay. That's, probably of the remaining letters, those are I would say those are the absolute best. That'll get rid of 5 more unique letters. And I mean, I have to get that Y tested. The second position is pretty good. And it could end in Y. I think that word will get rid of a lot of potential, Y ending words. And then if worse comes to worse, we'll just maybe try one more word with 5 more unique letters, unless I really want to position them. And then hopefully we can get this. But this is beyond scary, guys. This is actually satisfies another challenge that I've done where all you have to do is just make sure that you have 2 blank rows, which is kind of funny. So here we go. In fact, I mean, is the answer to today's Wordle the word silty? Holy cow, that was an amazing guess. That was absolutely amazing. Wow. I think I'm going to probably go for it. I mean, the word that makes the most sense, I think, would be still. I am slightly nervous, though, because there could be something I'm overlooking, and we don't want to have a situation where there's more than one possibility on guess number 6. But, I mean, this will absolutely place everything. And, I mean, it feels right. I don't think we've had still. So we're going to ask, did Art, using 3 of his previous fail words and looking like he was almost ready to fail again, get the word still in 5? He did. Wow. Okay, wow. Thanks to an absolutely, I think you guys would agree, that was the absolute, I mean, it was probably the absolute best word at that juncture to put in. I'm pretty short-handed to me. I'll let you guys double check to see if there's any other possibilities. Maybe a couple obscure ones. But wow, we nailed it. But you guys are clever. For those who did the challenge, I'm sure you were looking at the board and thinking, yeah, those are the absolute best letters that we have to try. So there you have it. Now, interestingly, guys, tomorrow's challenge is going to be very similar to what happened on the first 3 guesses there. So let's go ahead and visit the Infinite Wordle with Art to see what tomorrow's challenge is going to be. All right, guys, so did you notice how we had 3 blank rows? Okay, well, no, we're not going to do 3 blank rows, but we are going to do something which might be close to that difficulty level. We have to create anywhere within our grid a 3 by 3. Okay, it has to be exactly 3 by 3 section of, gosh, this is going to be tough, of basically bad letters. Okay, in other words, a 3 by 3 where it's all gray letters, no green or no yellow. Okay, so this is beyond scary. I think the way I would play this out. So it's funny now. WordleBot and my own algorithm has relegated slate to the second best starter word. It's now trace. So the strategy is to get as much information up front as you can, and then go with you know, some strategy. Okay. The thing is, though, this is infinite Wordle, and it does reuse, you know, every single word. So now that I think about it, I will do slate here, but I'll probably do trace tomorrow. Okay. So here, oh, so this is actually not that bad, right? This isn't going to be that bad. So we're going to create our little 3x3. I mean, it's still very risky, though, because I can basically just stick in some anagrams of SLA, can't I? And then hope to get it. Oh boy, but it's still going to be a very risky challenge. So for instance, you could do, well, actually, you could do lasso, okay? But that's not very good because we know we don't have the S. So let's instead do lash. How about, darn, maybe lasso is the best I can do here. I mean, is lasky a word? How about lashy? No. I mean, I could, in theory, do leash. That would, you know, hopefully the E doesn't come up yellow there. It's a bit of a risk. I mean, it's basically a 1 in 4 chance. But I like the idea of getting, a tiny bit of positional on that and the H in there. So let's try leash and hope that the, oh shoot. Oh no, that was a bad decision. So now it's kind of funny. I could easily create like a little prisoner tile with the yellow E, but that's not the challenge for tomorrow, guys. Ah, shoot. So I sort of have to start from scratch now. This is beyond scary. What should I do? I guess okay, so let's just do this. How about if we were to do shoot. Oh, this is so unfortunate. What if we were to do shark, okay? And we'll restart this, and we're going to get 2 new letters, okay? Okay, so we have an R. That's actually pretty cool. So now we can anagram the SHA and do something like, and now we have other letters that we can work with, too. So let's see. We could do HAL. What would be a good one there? I could take a risk and do koala. But that's really terrible because we have to get a couple new letters here. I mean, we do have 3, which is not bad. I'm also concerned about an ER trap. Okay, so let's focus here. So the strategy again is to play off of those first 3 grays, use some gray letters to anagram them, and try to get 2 new ones at the end, right? It's tricky, though. What about, by the way, enter would be a pretty decent guess for this word. Enter would be pretty decent. We could do maybe another SLA word. We could do slack, but I really want to get more than just the C. Slame. There you go. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, we didn't get anything, but at least they've been ruled out. And this is going to be, oh man, that leash was a really terrible thing to do because, you know, that E stands a pretty good chance to be second. Or actually, oh my goodness, no, that was such a bad thing because it would have been it would have colored up anyway. So leash was a very terrible strategy, right? That was a terrible strategy, and so now to try to make this challenge work, and I'll obviously be much more careful tomorrow. But wow, we have to try to get 2 more letters. I mean, I really like enter, but it could be so many things. It could also be like beret. I wonder if I should just take a gamble on, nah, I don't know. All right, let's just go SLA again. And what else could I introduce here? How? Oh, this is pretty close to terrible. I'm really okay. Well, we succeeded on the challenge, but this is beyond scary. I mean, there's so many things that could be. I'm starting to realize, like, okay, but it wouldn't be beret. So actually, let's just go with enter, and yeah. And I failed, okay? I absolutely failed that one. Oh, that's so unfortunate. But I can guarantee you guys, you will not make the same idiotic mistake that I made with leash. That was so stupid because no matter where you put an E, it's still going to come up with a color. And your goal is to suppress the colors. I would have still had room, I think, to get this. But this is still, you have to admit, going to be a very, very tricky challenge. And I will be much more prepared tomorrow. So guys, tomorrow's challenge to create a 3x3 grid of all gray letters. Yes, we succeeded on the challenge, but you don't want to fail the Wordle, right? All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And of course, I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next crazy challenge edition of Wordle with Art.